Should we?
What do we have something to do?
Yeah, we were gonna like.
Do we have something to Stardew? Do we have something to Stardew?
Do we have something to Stardew? We were
yeah.
we were gonna like rank some Stardew characters or something. I don't know. What do you think?
I guess like, Dingram, what do you think? Should should we? I think we're already doing it.
So right,
okay.
we're putting this on the old YouTubes, right?
We are. That's gonna be so exciting. Oh,
we are. So you know,
I love YouTube.
I love YouTube. It's exciting, like actually like editing videos and stuff. It's fun, isn't it?
Oh, I love that you love it. That's great.
But we need to do some sort of like YouTube intro, don't we? I think.
Yeah. Yes.
What does the YouTube intro look like, Alina?
Hey, Samuel Carmody fans, welcome. Today we are doing a Stardew Valley romance tier list. Oh my god, long in expectations for the whole community. But today we have brought to you some toasty, some spicy, some zesty opinions on Stardew Valley's best, most beautiful, and may I say most blessed of them all. Thank you.
I liked that.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell, hit that subscribe, follow on Twitch, do all the things. What about the old? What about the old? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Samuel Carmody coming at you with a Stardew Valley tier list here with GrumpusGoblin from the Grumpus Clubhouse.
I'm coming in the ring. Coming for you. We're shadowboxing.
In the blue corner, we've got Samuel Carmody. In the green corner, we've got. First things first. This goes from S tier to A, B, C, D. So S tier, we've got to rename to Certified Cutie.
So when I was watching other Stardew tier lists on YouTube, yes, they do exist. They did kind of adapt and do some creative stuff with the rankings. So yeah,
we gotta have Certified Cutie at the top though for the community, don't we?
Certified Cutie is good.
What about the worst one? What's the lowest? What's the lowest tier gonna be?
Oh, I was gonna make a joke about Dingram's dung heap, but horrible. That's just rubbish.
Dingram's dung heap. Is that what you wanted?
Or it could be like Dingram's dumpster. That could also work.
Dumpster.
But,
Dingram's dumpster. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. That kind of rolls Clint tier.
So who are we going for first? Which of these guys?
Do you have my Word doc pulled up? I do have it separated by the husbandos and the waifus. So we can start at the first dude and we go to the first girl.
So A tier is Wood Simp. B tier is meh. C tier is after a few drinks.
he liked Dingram's. He did like Dingram's dumpster. That's perfect. Oh, this is why he's best mod. This is why Dingram's. But Johnny's great mod too. So I don't want to discount Johnny.
GrumpusGoblin is also a pretty decent mod, you know. So the first guy is this guy, Alex.
Oh, for God, heaven's sake. I was close again. Okay. I'm gonna keep civil because like some of these people that I'm just like, I don't really care, you're annoying, you're like the type of people that like I just really wouldn't get along with.
Can I tell you from the I know like don't judge a book by its cover or anything like that, but from just the picture alone, he's down here for me. He's down here. But I'm willing to hear you out on this one. You know, if he's secretly a nice guy. Yeah, Alina has prepared this incredible. How long is this? Like 17-page doc.
Yeah, it is.
This is crazy.
I wanted you to get a thorough understanding before going into this because I've watched so many of the tiered videos. I'm like, they did not go into detail enough for me. They weren't scratching that itch.
Yeah.
And I wanted the Stardew Scratch to be scritched. So
you wanted the Stardew Scratch to be scritched, yeah.
That's right. Yes. You know, it's something that I feel like a cat would understand. You know, as a feline lover yourself. So Alex, I'll read my little summary.
Okay.
I might have swears in here. If I do, I'll skip over them, I promise. Short brown hair, green jersey, usually throwing a football, fitness bro. Lives with his grandparents. Does he have a job? Yeesh.
Ooh.
High school quarterback energy, even though he's not in high school anymore. Not a good sign, right?
Not a good sign,
Not,
no.
It is not a good sign.
See, that's what I was getting just from the photo.
I know, it's just off the bat, like your surface level impression is right, and that's never fun when you're pissed off. You're like, I didn't want to be right. He's kind of the hometown washed out himbo who never left and wastes away, wishing he were still back in the glory days of schooling, peaked too young, and never made anything of himself, even though all he can talk about are his dreams of becoming a professional athlete. Move out and make something of yourself.
Why don't you get a job?
Why don't you get a job? Stop talking wish-washy dreams of empty air. Yeah. All he does, he stands outside his grandparents' house. He's throwing a football to no one. He's just throwing a football to himself, and he's just like, I did like 1,000 push-ups today, dude. I feel really good about it. I'm going places. Who are you? And like he doesn't seem really invested even when you talk to him. He's just very like narcissistic.
1,000 push-ups isn't that impressive either. Like I did like 400 or 500 on that charity stream, and I'm a chunky boy. I think with some training, 1,000 is doable. So I don't think this guy's. He ain't shit.
He's not working. He's not working. So it's like he also just has all the time in the world to do it.
So
we're also listening to chat.
First impressions, I'm sticking him down here, right, in Dingram's dumpster. But that doesn't mean he's going to stay down there. You know, he could very much I'm gonna stick there. He could very much change places.
Understandable. Also, if you sometimes when it's raining in Stardew and you go inside, Alex is sometimes shirtless and lifting. So you're kind of like, oh, you know.
Oh, where do I look? What do I?
Oh.
Shirtless and lifting seems very impractical.
Yeah, really? Why is that?
I don't know. I like to be. Maybe it's because I've only lifted in a public setting and I'm a bit chunky, so I wouldn't want to be shirtless and lifting. But I don't know. You'd get the machines all sweaty.
Everyone. Good. You're like a sim that like has the like never nude personality trait.
I'm like what's his name from Arrested Development, Tobias Funke.
Yeah.
I am a never nude.
Yes. Perfect. See, now we know. I think that really signifies Alex's place in the dumpster.
Now we know I shower with swimming trunks on.
Dude, shower beer. That's why shower beers are a thing, you know.
Shower beers are so nice. Do
we want to go directly to the next husbando, or do you want to jump to the first girl? I think maybe jump to the first girl. Jess, how you doing? We're talking about the sexiest people in Stardew right now, but I mean, if you were in Stardew, you would be S tier. Don't you worry.
You would be a certified cutie.
Shout out to Jess. No game. I mean, Jess and I do want to stream a very lovely old favorite game first. But anyway, back to the tier list.
Just. Oh, he has a dog though. Ooh, that might bump him up.
Johnny, that's great. I didn't get to that cutscene. That's the 4-heart cutscene. Of course, I think I'm only at like 2 hearts.
If I'm like at the pub and someone's talking to me and I think like, ugh, this guy's douchebag, but then they're like, oh yeah, and I've got this cute dog, I'd be like, yeah, what? But I don't think it. I think it's still down there in the dumpster.
Abigail. What do you think? What do you think of these people?
Oh, hello.
Not bad, right?
Like there, she just looks kind of unassuming, but there, like we're twirling the SNES controller and everything like that. I mean, I think you're appealing to a certain side of
your sensibilities. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and what I've done, if you notice, like in all of them, I've taken their just like in-game portrait. So that's her in-game portrait.
Yes. Yeah. So that's like this one that's here.
Yes. We start with what we know, and then we go off what the community has come up with, you know, and what they've beautifully done. Abigail is Sam's type for sure. Yes, exactly, Johnny. So Abigail, one of her cutscenes, her first cutscene is actually you play a video game with her. You play the in-game video game. I think it's like King of the Prairie. That's not it, but it's something like that. It's really hard game actually. It's really hard. But it's cute.
Is that the one that's like a twin stick shooter? Because
Yes.
in my very limited time with Stardew, I tried that game a lot. And
My
I could
channel,
not.
yes.
On your channel. On your channel.
Oh, we should play some more. She is super cute. She has purple hair, which I believe is dyed. And there's also, let me drop a little something that chat might know. Oh, thanks for the shout out. She actually, so her father is supposed to be Pierre, but the shopkeeper, but it's actually confirmed that she's the daughter of the wizard. So her mom cheated on her father with the wizard, and that's why she's super rebellious and she does not get along with her dad. And she's like, "Why does he always make me do things?" So she's a little bit immature. She does have a little high school vibe, a little bit. But you know, everybody has flaws, right?
Yeah.
And she
not always a flaw either. You know, it could be cute, could be endearing.
Could be cute. Could be cute. She has like this kind of cool outfit that's kind of bluey, purpley. She loves like I feel like I know people like her that like, oh, they're very themselves. You know, she's very much herself.
She looks like the kind of person who I would like be friends with and wonder why they were ever friends with me. I'd be like, this person is far too cool to be hanging out with me. What is going on?
She's very cool. She also hangs out in graveyards. I don't know, and seems to be like into like occult stuff. Whatever. Like I feel like she would watch like slasher films and like horror films and would like know a lot about like those kind of ancient like cult classics. And ghosts. I bet we could play Phasmophobia with her.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
She'd play Phasmo. Like she would wear combat boots probably. I don't know if she does, but seems like a vibe. She takes no guffs. I almost wrote another swear word here, but I wrote no guffs.
No guffs.
You know what I mean.
She don't take no shit.
Yeah. So she's like, a badass gamer girl. I just wrote everything about streaming on Twitch. Abigail, come on.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're in. Hey, Abigail, ever thought about streaming?
I'd rained some biddies on that, babe. Oh.
What like her interactions like? Let's have a look.
She's a little grumpy when you first meet her. She's sometimes lost in thought and is like, "Oh, I didn't hear you. What?" Like a simple, "Oh hi, Mark."
oh hi, oh hi, yeah, oh hi,
oh hi.
What like her interactions like? Let's have a look.
She's a little grumpy when you first meet her. She's sometimes lost in thought and is like, "Oh, I didn't hear you. What?" Like a simple, "Oh hi, Mark."
oh hi, yeah, oh hi,
oh hi. She does love like amethysts and quartz. So she's kind of a gem girl, you know. I feel like she maybe believes in like magical properties, and you're like, oh, okay. And then people love this. The funniest thing when you gift her quartz, she's like, oh, great, a snack for later. Ooh, this looks delicious, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, is that like some weird law that's like never brought up again that she eats quartz?
She eats quartz, but again, I think this fits in with like her being the wizard's daughter. Like, oh, she's just kind of like zany magical type, like she has teeth, magical teeth. I don't know.
Is that also why she's got a rocky relationship with her
puppy
because she eats rocks?
Peppier, yes.
Thinking like we're only 2 characters in and we've got one like 1 star and 1 5-star. It's like the customer reviews of Amazon over here. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in the middle.
That's true.
But like maybe
this is why often get pissed off at rating systems, because I'm like, no one ever uses like, you know, like a 10 in the 10 rating system. Everyone always uses like either 1 or 2, 6 and 5, or 7 and like 10. You know, like what happens to like the tiny in-betweens of like 2 through 4? Like 3 and 4 never get used enough, right, dude? I like this. It's very balanced.
I mean, this guy's getting bumped immediately.
No.
But bumped with a P there.
I'm bumped. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Well, I know, like, because I just found cool art for everybody. He does look really cool because you're like, ooh, musician.
Great.
And has some like kind of Goku looking hair.
Great name.
You know, his name is Sam. You know, that's obviously winning brownie points from you, my boy. I know it's tricky, right? But the thing is, he's such a boring character.
Is he? Is he the equivalent of when you go on a date and your friends ask like what they were like, and you can't think of anything to say other than they were nice?
He has a skateboard. He does kickflips sometimes. Like, I don't even know what his passions are. Like, he's friends with Sebastian, which is cool because Sebastian's a really cool character, but we'll get to him. So I guess that kind of wins some points. I'll just read my little paragraph. Spiky blonde, cloud-esque, so Final Fantasy. So yeah, a little bit. Skater boy, blue collared shirt. I wrote this. I almost always forget to seek Sam out because he's kind of a boring character. It's cool he's a musician, plays guitar, but also so many people play guitar and so many more people play the guitar shittily, and that's just sort of the vibe I get from Sam. Sorry, not sorry, Samuel Carmody. High school boy energy, just like Alex.
Yeah. Oh, I love these people. Oh, I love these people.
All these people in chat, S tier people.
S tier people. They are. Hold on.
No Dingram dumpsters.
They are certified cuties.
Yep, see the cutie.
Dingram, your dumpster is empty.
Oh man, yeah. YouTube's just gonna be like, what are they all talking? Why wasn't I at the live stream? YouTube watchers, come hang out. Subscribe. I mean, subscribing costs money. You don't have to, but follow Sam Carmody's Twitch channel if you want to be a part of these hijinks.
link will be down in the description of the YouTube video. In the doobly-doo.
Okay.
So like he. Oh no! Hold on. I've got something here. Mid to loving flowers. Good for you, Sam. Screw social norms. Men should be able to love traditionally feminine things. You see, I enjoy Sam for that. He's not afraid to like be in touch with his sort of, you know, not even more feminine side. Just the things he enjoys.
I think that will save him from Dingram's dumpster.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna stick Sam.
Sammy boy.
After a few drinks. After a few drinks, yeah. He's like, he's
looks
okay.
Cute. He looks cute. You know,
he looks cute.
Be a good time.
I feel like
makeout.
I feel like after a few drinks he'd look cuter because I think that hair wouldn't stay up, and it'd be a bit more.
I'm with Cloud right now. I'm like with a Final Fantasy character. This is really cool. Feeling great about this.
Who's after Abigail?
Yeah, I think
we've got Emily.
Enough. Oh, okay. Chat has been waiting for this. Excellent.
Oh,
okay. She's cutie.
She is a total cutie. Like here with the sparkly eyes and the little parrot, the little colourful. Is it a parrot? I think it's a parrot. She looks kind of goofy in this one here as well.
She is goofy. Okay. I'll read my little paragraph. So she has blue hair, earlobe height, kind of. She has a red dress. It's cute little with like a Peter Pan collar. It's quite nice. I could definitely see her as a yoga instructor or a meditation teacher. It'd be a really good calling for her whenever she decides to leave bartending. But she does bartend at like the main saloon.
Oh, I like that as well. It means that she's like socially quite like on it as well.
Yes, I love her. She has I think one of her first cutscenes is her rescuing an injured tropical bird that kind of flies into the window and the wing gets all munged up. So she takes in the bird and she's just, someone who like really cares for animals. Then you're just like, oh, that's just like, it's for coming from a good spot, naturally nice. She always greets me with a smile and optimistic energy. Cause a lot of the people, even Abigail, is just like, hi, outwardly not interesting, like very different from like Shane, who we'll talk about later, who's like very, very kind of mean and very rude when you first meet him. It's like, why are you talking to me? Or Alex. Emily, when you first meet her, is just like, oh my goodness. Friendly smile with first introduction. She's like, oh, hello. Hi, how are you? Just very cheery, very bubbly, but not like it's not a facade, It's natural happiness rather than being like, ooh, like after you talk to them for a while, you're like, there's something here. No, she doesn't have any like ulterior motives. She's just genuinely like happy to see you, interested what you're about. Good pitch.
So she's a real cutie.
Very much. Yeah.
Question is though, like, would she? She works most days in the bar. Would she be up for like going for a drink herself? Like, what do you think?
I think so. Yeah. Like if you work at a bar, you kind of want to, someone's like, okay, like what you want to talk to the bartender and be like, well, what are your favorite drinks? What do you make best? Show me what you make best, and then we can drink it together. And have a cutie little time. You know, that's definitely a bonding experience that I'd love to be a part of. Drinking culture. Yeah.
So I've got to say, from right now, we're gonna have a look more at the interactions, but right now she's to the top of the list. She's right there. She's number one,
Definite.
and she might knock Abigail down to
I'm
Wood Simp.
thinking maybe Abigail needs to go down a little bit right now.
Because like I'm very excited about Emily, but Abigail, like, I was deliberating, wasn't I? And there's no deliberation here with Emily, no deliberation. But we'll save like edits till the end, you know.
Oh, Johnny just laughed so hard. Sam's only real wish in a significant other is, can they go for a drink?
I mean, that's true. That's true.
It's a very important question because I've definitely I went on some dates with people who were like, I really don't like drinking. Also, don't like sushi, and I kept going on dates with them. I don't know why. Didn't work out for those reasons, because that's like 80% of my time is drinking and sushi. Oh, they're all good. They're all very good. So of course, the gifts she enjoys are, she likes a lot of gems and stuff, because she's kind of into that. A little bit similar to Abigail, but Emily is into gems more so for like the positive energy vibes. That she's like, oh, I'm getting a very good jewel tone. I'm getting a very good, like, this is just good energy.
I like it. I like it.
She's into like quirky fashion, versus like Haley down the line is just into fashion and malls.
Yeah.
But
Haley's
Emily is like
boring fashion.
Boring. Emily is just like into like quirky stuff, right? And she's another person that isn't afraid to be herself. She's very much her own person.
I like that.
And one of her favorite items is cloth, because she likes to make her own clothing, which is also really cool. That takes a long time to do that. But fun fact, she's sisters with Haley. They're like polar opposites.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they
live together? Do
they get along?
Well, okay, so the first cutscene you have with Emily, they're having an argument. Oh no, the 3-heart. No, the 4-heart. No, I'm confusing this. Haley's first cutscene is between the two of them, and they're having a fight about like cleaning, and like Haley doesn't clean enough, and Emily's the one who cleans the most, and one of those type of squabbles that roommates often have. So and often when you talk to Haley, she's like, we're such different people. Emily's so weird, so she'll like backtalk her sister. I don't think whenever you talk to Emily, though, I don't think she says anything bad about Haley. She just remarks that it's strange that she and Haley are sisters. That's it. She's like, isn't that crazy that we're sisters? How funny. But yeah.
Well, there's some sort of like innate love there. There must be.
Oh, and fun fact, so her first heart cutscene, she's like in like a mind palace, like where she's having this weird meditation vision where she's like floating in the clouds, and it's very fantasy-esque. It's very interesting. And like you walk in, you just barge into her like weird vision. She's like, wait, how did you show up here? And then you just boop, you pop out, you disappear, and she's like, that was very strange. She says like, she says there's something special about me, my character, and that our destinies will intersect.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah. Oh, and she says even the tiniest, blandest, simplest light holds a wonderful secret.
Oh yeah, certified cutie. For sure.
Yeah.
She's right up there. And as I say,
special powers. Yes, Johnny, she's got special powers.
Because of her, Abigail might be moving into the Wood Simp tier, but we can discuss that. We can discuss any changes later.
Yeah, we talked at length about Emily, but she deserves attention, and I'm pleased with that. There's like no way she's being knocked down from S tier. All right, so we're on Shane. I have a lot to say about Shane. He's a very interesting character.
So the first thing I noticed is that first of all, he's got a bit of a stubbly thing going on.
Yeah.
Like a bit of an intense look. And the second thing I noticed is that he's holding a chicken.
A blue chicken. About in this new session of Stardew that I've been playing specifically for this tier list, he is the one that I pursued the most ardently. It's kind of funny.
Really?
He's the person I danced with at the flower dance. It was really fun.
Got a dance. You got a dance.
Yeah, I got a date because he was the one person I had 4 hearts with. But Shane, he loves beer and pizza. Those are his favorite things. And I'm like,
my god, yes.
My man. after my own heart. So yeah, so he's like he kind of has this short purplish hair. He's a blue sweatshirt. He has a very prickly person. He's kind of rude, standoffish when you try to interact with him. But I liken him to Prince Zuko from
Okay.
Avatar
Okay.
because Prince Zuko is also a very rude, kind of mean person when you first meet him in the show. But over time, he has like this beautiful character arc that evolves, and you really kind of, because you started in such a negative zone with his character,
You
then as the show progresses and he develops as a human and finds peace with himself and comes to terms with his own like issues and troubles, he becomes this beautiful person, kind of like from like an ugly duck to a beautiful like swan by the end.
and you go on that journey with him.
I really feel like you do that with Shane. Ugh. Um, ugh. So he has quite the character arc. He does have a bit of a drinking problem, so you kind of feel weird about gifting him beer throughout the game. It's like he's gonna love it, but oh, I'm enabling him. This is bad. But he is a very good person deep down because he loves his niece, I think, Jazz, who lives with Marnie, who I think he's Marnie's nephew that he's kind of living with for free, or it's like cheap because I don't think he's working for the Joja Mart, which is just kind of like a cheap paying customer service job, which is no one, he hates it. Clearly he's not very happy there. But as I said, he loves pizza and beer, and he's a broski. Like one of the first cutscenes with him, you go down to the dock, and he's just drinking a beer, and he's like, "Hey, you want one?" And then you just kind of have like this natural conversation, just like swinging over the dock, just hanging out on the lake, drinking. Because before you've had this cutscene with him, he's just been like really rude. Like I've listed all the different dialogue that you have with him on the first few days, where he's like, "Why are you talking to me?" Like if you go up to him in the bar, he's always at the bar at night, always there.
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
have
have
time
time
to
to chat
chat
with
with you.
don't you have work to do? Why are you bothering me? I want to be left alone. And I just wrote, love this man. I love him.
Very
Ooh,
prickly.
ooh, let's get into this person. And I think like the internet thinks this similar things of him because there's a ton of fan art for him, that loving fan art for this person that's just so rude when you first meet him. You're like, why do people care about this character? But that's the thing. Again, it's just getting through the thorns to the rose, I guess. To the rose of this kind of dad bod-ish looking guy. That Shane is.
So when you get to the Egg Festival, which I assume is Easter, he's the first time we've seen him smile, talking proudly about his chickens, working hard for Easter. I like that. So he's got what he's passionate about.
So he loves raising chickens. That's why he works with Marnie on the ranch. He raises a blue chicken as you kind of get farther into the heart scene, so it's kind of cool. I love, so you can have your own blue chickens on the farm. If you buddy up with Shane a bit. I'm a little blurry. Okay. But he's pretty. He also loves pepper poppers, so he loves spicy stuff. I'm a spicy girl. I like some spicy stuff. It's not good for me. It's not good for you. Like my tummy really doesn't like spicy stuff, but I like spicy stuff. So I preach.
Yep. Shane likes a bit of the spice. Bit of the spice.
Ooh, I made a hashtag for him. Hashtag wasted with Shane. So
nice.
Can retweet that. Thank you. He also, I went into his bedroom.
He has a mega station.
He's a gamer. And he's been cheating in the game. He has a code Sultan XL. Bad boy. And a book on raising chickens. So it all tracks. So he's another gamer, kind of like Abigail. So got more nerds in the village. Well, he's a foodie. So you kind of want that in someone. Like if you want to go to cool restaurants, you want someone who loves food. Personally, for me, I love exploring new places. So I feel like
if someone's with me, they've got to be into the food.
Yes.
A chonky boy like me, they've got to be into the food, and they've got to be willing to like put it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to go to a buffet. You want to go to like a sushi buffet. Yes, those things exist and they're amazing.
Yes, you know what? I am gonna stick Shane up in the wood simp category.
Oh yeah.
And I am gonna stick Abigail down below Shane. So Emily's definitely at number one. Then it's Shane. Then it's Abigail for me. For sure.
I like it.
So Penny. Now we've got so of all the girls that I actually like kind of know a little bit about, I knew a little bit about Penny, I think. So
Yeah.
when we were playing, me, you, Typhlo, and Ingram, Penny was the one that I was like, she's the one for me. She's the girl for me. But I hadn't really met Emily or Abigail or anything, so maybe that'll change. I don't know.
I will admit that Penny is someone that I haven't pursued much myself. So take that with a grain of salt. I did like I had a cutscene with her, so I got a bit farther than just my very bad researching with Sam. Screw Sam, I don't care about him. But Penny's really cool. So she has strawberry red hair, curled nicely around a little pierced ear. It's very cute. Yellow button up top, tan skirt. Tentative school teacher who seems unsure of herself. She has some confidence issues because she lives with kind of this domineering, drunk alcoholic of a mother who's been laid off for a job. So that's never. Yeah. Her name's not Marge. Oh God, Pam. But Penny can be seen reading books all the time. She's definitely after my own heart. I totally get that. I think I keep getting fuzzy because of my window and the sunlight keeps changing. Ooh, okay, but she so I relate to book nerds a bunch. There's an endless wealth of stories to talk about. She's also very sweet, timid. So
okay, I like it. She lives with this domineering drunk of a mother, so like she's quite quiet and sweet herself. Do you think, like, how much does she open up if you'd, like, go out with her, go... I was going to say go and have a drink with her. I assume she wouldn't be up for that, would she? Maybe. I
don't think so. So that might knock her down maybe one peg, maybe 5. To the dumpster with her.
To the dumpster with her, let's go.
Yeah, but Dance's Penny
you were
is great.
top tier, but no.
Absolutely, we love our educators, and she's someone who cares very much for the 2 children in the village that she mentors. So you see her with them constantly, so she's not just like some teachers phoning it in. She's just like making sure that they're, being brought up as they should, and their education is being maintained and pruned and all that good stuff. Yeah, Vincent and Jazz are the 2 kids at the village. And you can also see her in the town museum / library. So she's in there all the time. She cares about like knowledge, a place that is a center for knowledge. She loves that place. And she's also sitting under trees a bunch, just hanging out in nature. So she's clearly like a bookworm who isn't just inside all the time. She likes to be outside and get some nice air and stuff. So cool. Oh, she also talks about how she likes raindrops. So she likes rain. She's cool.
I love the capital letters. I love rain too.
Yes, I'd like to throw my opinion there.
Have you ever like met someone who you totally like, simp over, and like they're like, I love rain, and inside you're like, yes, me too, and outside you're like, yeah, cool.
Oh my god, we can like hold hands in the rain. We can go on walks in the rain. We can like kiss in the rain, like in the movie, and then the outside you're just like, yeah, cool. Like, I think it's really soothing. Yeah, it like really puts me at peace, and inside you're like, ah! Oh my god! Everyone can be cracked like a nut in Stardew Valley. They cannot resist our gift giving. Surely not. Throw enough daffodils at someone, and then they'll be like, wow, you're really cool. And like, just all these dead daffodils in like their house just decaying.
There's like daffodils overflowing out, there's daffodils in the sink, there's daffodils in the bath.
These are really nice. I just like I don't have room anymore. I can't accept these anymore. I'm gonna toss them out. Oh yep, go.
So I was gonna say, I really like Penny. She appeals to the introvert in me, and I think I'd put her like, I think I'd have to put her, I not sure about the tier being called meh. This one here, because like there's a big gap between wood simp and meh, and then after a few drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm renaming this to Ite. Like, he's Ite. I think that's how you spell that.
I do appreciate a good meh, but Ite is Ite. Ite is Ite.
Ite. So I'm gonna stick Penny at the at the bottom of Wood Simp. I think
Sure.
Shane and
She's
Abigail.
hinging on Ait, but
y-
she has enough redeeming qualities that you're like, no, she deserves like a closer look.
You know who Penny is. Penny is the girl that like in high school or college or whatever I'd be like, yeah, I'm really into her. And then realistically we just wouldn't get on. Or we would, but like we wouldn't work together. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like the dates just would be kind of awkward, and you'd just be like, oh man, we just really didn't vibe, you know. I just really wanted it to work, but it was just like, like it all fits on paper, but so many times when you're like, oh, this person sounds good for me, and we sound like a good fit, and then you meet up and the conversation just kind of stilted and kind of like,
yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think Penny would be.
Sure.
For me.
Sure. But I do like her quote that I've thrown in here. When you're lost in a book, it's easy to forget the realities of your life, which is just like very telling of her character.
That's true. True.
You know.
True, girl.
Or you could say that for video games too. So it's like, yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's get back to Harvey.
Yes, Harvey. Hey, babe.
Harvey. Okay. So ooh. First of all, should I like shave the rest of my beard and just curl my mustache? That.
And I know you're like raising, you're doing the community challenge for like the Mario. Oh, also I should probably like I'm watching on my phone. I always forget. I'm gonna donate to that right now.
You're gonna donate. You're gonna donate points.
I really want you to do the cosplay. I think it'd be really good for you.
I think I think it'd just be really good for you. I think it'd look really good on you.
I don't know. I think it'd be really cute. Anyway, but you definitely should do a Harvey cosplay. That would be awesome. You're here for it, Samuel.
Here for it. I'd have to do a lot. I'd have to cut my hair. I'd have to shave my beard and the mustache. I'd have to get some glasses.
You've done worse than that, though. You've done much worse.
I have.
Harvey. So he's the town doctor. He's I liken him as a mustachioed young Ned Flanders, sans religion, or Joaquin Phoenix from Her, which I just watched a few months ago. Really good movie, by the way.
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live skit? It's really hard to find now. I've barely found it anywhere, but it's with Jonah Hill, and it's a sort of like parody of the movie Her, and it's called Him. And the AI is himself. And he's like, "You've got a beautiful voice," and the AI is like, "Oh, thank you. You do too."
I have not seen that, but that sounds awesome.
It's fantastic.
No, I may comb the internet later. No, Her is well. I mean, we're having the romance tier list, and then Her very much relates to things that we're talking about, relationships. It's all very fascinating, very meaty stuff you can just sink your teeth into.
I've not actually seen the film, but I've seen that like 5-minute parody, so I think I'm good with the themes.
You're good. Yeah, he gets a bad rap because he has a mustache, which I do think a lot of people have things against statues, and that ain't fair, mate. Harvey has good, kind energy, very worried about people's well-beings and health, as a good doctor should be, listens to his patients. He's another like very nice person when you meet him in the village. Like he's definitely more interesting to talk to than just like bland Sam. It's cool. Like when you go up to his room, he has like a bunch of like little model airplanes and stuff. He's just like a nerd. Of course he is.
So this look that Harvey's got going on, it's depending on how you carry it off. It's either, like Dingram said, I was going to say alluded to, but said more explicitly, it's either he's gonna be a real creep, or he's gonna be a sweet, handsome guy and like hipsterish and sort of really pull it off, A
sweet soft boy. Yeah, I when I was looking up fan art for him, there's one where it has like a shot of just Harvey art, and there's a shot of Stanley Tucci from the Lovely Bones, where he plays the killer with the full glasses and the mustache and the really creepy hair. I was like, oh no, it's not that person at all. So I'm a little bit of a Harvey stan. So I'm a little. I will argue for him a bit more. Because yeah, he's just very sweet. He does have some interesting dialogue where what is he talking about? How says people don't get sick much during the summer, and he bemoans the loss of money. And I'm like, why are you thinking of like
Oh
health as
no.
like a money making? Like, guys, people need to be sick so I can afford to live in this beautiful valley.
You
I'm
know
like, well, I
what?
guess you're being honest, but like,
You know what though? As a doctor, sometimes you need to like disassociate with the human element, don't you? So you don't, you know. Maybe that's all he's doing.
like, I'm not gonna be sympathetic with a doctor losing money. They make the most money out of any profession. I mean, not every profession, but it's like one of those that. Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. Harvey's not really like tickling my pickle right now. You know what I mean? It's not really like floating my boat. I think I'm gonna give
Tickle
him
my
the
pickle.
tickle my pickle. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say like say that he pulls it off the sort of like handsome kind of hipster way with this look rather than the creepy kind of way.
You like the anime art that I got.
I do like the anime art that you got. I very much do. I like this
If
as well.
that was him.
He looks sweet on this one. Is he like quite sweet and goofy?
He's very sweet. Yes. Yes. So.
I think with Harvey, I'm gonna stick him sort of like in the height category. He's not
we gotta
like
put someone there.
We've got to put someone there. Yeah, he's probably. Yeah, he's probably a lot more interesting than Sam, but he's not someone who I'd really like, who I'd really go after, you know.
Yeah.
we moving on to one of the women, who we moving on to.
I know you've been eager to do it. I know you're just itching.
I'm itching.
Also,
oh, it's Haley.
Crazy. Oh Jesus.
Not sure if one. Yeah, this art is something.
You like it?
Yeah. Like she's looking good. She's looking good.
To be honest, I just kind of threw these on here. I didn't look that hard for Haley. I was like, I don't care. But I mean, I like the one with the camera because she is a photographer, which I actually didn't know because I have not really romanced her much because it's just like, you're mean to me. Why would I romance you? Haley. Curly blonde, stereotypical pretty girl, blue spaghetti top, pink skirt, blue necklace. Looks like a King's Quest princess. I haven't had a good opinion of her since she's always rude when I talk to her, though loves receiving gifts.
I know people like that, yes.
She looks down on my dirty appearance due to working in the fields and seems to be only interested in surface level things like looks, clothes, and beauty. I guess looks and beauty are similar, but she comes off as a preppy mean girl and also hangs out with Alex, who I also dislike.
So she offends you right off the bat and remarks on your horrendous clothes, but does say you'd be cute otherwise. See, I've had that I've only had the one interaction with her where she Tingram added the quote from you. I could go either way.
I mean, yeah. It's just a thirsty bisexual over here. Don't mind me.
But I've had that one interaction with her where she's mean to you. She's like, she talks about your horrendous clothes. And it kind of made me think, ooh, I'm gonna have to work hard for this one. You know what I mean? It didn't drive me away. It was more like, oh no, come back.
She's got you on her hook.
She has.
Right?
It's the I can't be with you right now thing.
Yes!
That's how I made a mother thing. Yeah.
It's horrible, but it's a very relatable concept, you know. And that's Haley. That is definitely Haley, kind of in a nutshell. Like, You're not the worst, but you're not the best. Anyway, I love flowers. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You're kind of looking cute today. You look really dirty normally, but like, I don't know. We could get like a drink sometime if you want. Are you free tonight? Are you free right now? Wait, I'm not free right now, but maybe later. I don't know. We'll see.
So Haley sort of like, she negs you, doesn't she? She like pushes you away a bit. She like insults you a bit, and this, that, and the other. But that only like drew me closer to her when I played, and I've not really played all that much. You know that. So I've only had that one interaction with her where she's like, "Get out of my face," and I'm like, "Ooh, come back."
Yeah.
So
And I
does
I
it?
haven't really gotten to know her much either. So again, my opinion is not going to be complete either.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, does it get better? Do you think? Or
I assume so. Again, it's Stardew, so like every character has to have some sort of redeeming, called it word, which I alluded to with Emily, and she's siblings with Emily. So Emily is so wonderful. Emily is S tier, so you're like, okay, well, not necessarily genetics like mean that if one person is wonderful, then the siblings like have some redeeming qualities. Like sometimes you're related to someone who is just an awful, despicable person, you know,
true.
but they're raised together, so they, you know, I think there would be things in Haley to redeem her and make you really love her, because I've there's this Twitch streamer, I think John Wolf is his name, and he did a really fun Stardew video that he posts on YouTube where he completes the game. There is like an actual way to complete the game through the island, and he is married to Haley, like she's his wife on his like huge farm.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, there's something to Haley that would
There
make
must
him.
be. There must be. Not just a pretty face. Not just a pretty bitchy face.
Yeah,
And you know what? I like a good bit of sass. I like a good bit of sass. Like if someone can take the piss out of me, as long as I can also take the piss out of them, fantastic. You
like
know?
if she were a real person in real life, I would think she's horrible and I'd like beat the heck out of her. I would fight her because I'm really like buff like that.
You're not painting a pretty picture here. She's a pretty girl, but you're not painting a pretty picture. But I think if you got to know her, I think she'd like kind of soften up a bit, but still be the sort of person where you can really sort of like, as I say, take the piss out of each other and like and not have to like beat around the bush with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Haley. So I think we can soften her up, and I think Penny goes down to 8. Like, to say on paper great, but in reality, like, I don't think it'd work. I don't think it'd work with Penny.
Oh.
So I think I'm putting Haley up
Oh
here somewhere. Because I do already simp for Haley, and all she's done is insult me. So I'm sure
this is like a reality TV show when someone does something unexpected, like The Bachelor, and like you think he's gonna like he's been like dating this other like person in the show, but all of a sudden he grabs the mean girl, and it's like
that's
actually
it.
This I would like to go in the hot tub with her instead, and you're like, oh, she's horrible. She's gonna be bad for you, boy. But I've actually never watched The Bachelor, so I have no idea if that's how it pans out.
I don't know whether I think Shane is still top of Wood Simp. I don't know.
My boy.
I don't know where.
I preach, Sam. I preach.
I don't know where Haley goes in terms of Abigail. So
That's hard.
You know what? I'm gonna put it below.
Again, we can always make changes at the end.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was really interesting how much you were like stanning Shane, and then when Haley has the same introduction as Shane, you were like, nah, I'm not into her.
I just like kind of like daddies who like to drink beer with me. That's that's just like, because Johnny just said once again the stream is complete insight into Sam, but also this is a little bit of insight into your girl.
Next
Done with this hoe. Done with this hoe.
Done with this hoe.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Got Elliot. You like these. So, Elliot, I've decided, is a Fabio-modeled rider on the beach. Long, luscious hair. I think Prince Charming as well. Maroon coat with green and gold buttons. A lot of fan art of him makes me think he'd function excellently as a Final Fantasy character.
He looks, in this one particularly, he looks like a sort of anime villain.
Very much. Yeah, doesn't he? Oh, he should have been like a kind of villainous character in the village, but I guess you don't really have too many villains in Stardew Valley, except for the Jojo Mart punks. You know, because who likes corporatism? But As I was watching a tier video, and someone called him Smelliot. Smelliot. That just made me giggle.
That's like top tier playground insult.
Yes.
It's like my one of my PE teachers like used to love the name Carmody. Because like when I was doing the cross country and it was like raining and I was covered in mud, he'd call me Car Muddy, and if I was looking down, he'd call me Car Moody. You know, all that.
The problem. That's the problem with your last name, Sam. It's just like very moldable.
Mhm.
You know, like my cowboy hat. You can mold it into whatever thing, whatever function you so desire. You know. But I guess like what you've molded yourself into as a streamer, so that's working. Just like the cowboy hat is working for me. Anyway, what was that tangent? Back to Elliot. So as I may be a bit biased when I'm writing about him, haha, funny, because I was a creative writing major in college, and I like to think I'm an okay writer, but like he just comes off as this pretentious writer type. But I don't think you really see any of his writing. Then again, I haven't gone too far with his like cutscenes, but like on a surface level, when you're just talking to him, all he does is just stand on the beach or stand on one of the bridges in town over the rivers, and it's just like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, what are you doing? You should be writing. What are you doing? Like, you're just, and you don't even seem like a little notebook, you know, like how 10 people just go out in nature and kind of write down their notes. We'll just like do some like rewriting in like the woods. It's a very fun thing to do.
But he doesn't. He's just there. He just stands there, sort of.
It's like,
woe is me.
I'm like, dude, you live on the beach in a beautiful like mountain beach town. What is? You live in a vacation land. Stop it. So, also like trying to get closer to him. That's the thing. It was hard to get close to him because all the things he loves to be gifted with are like farther down the game when you're making a ton more money. Like just really hard to find the things that he wants to be gifted with, or really fancy recipes. And you're like as much as I bash on Haley, she just loves daffodils, and I'm like, easy, girl. Here you go. Here. Yeah. Say I look horrible. Here's a gift. Fine. But him, you're just like, I guess I'll just talk to him. But it's just I don't know. He doesn't like much.
In his official art here, he looks like he's looking down on you.
Right? Yeah. He's also like he's depicted as kind of being a taller character, so he's literally looking down on you. So height is if you like tall people, I guess. But as a short goblin, everybody's taller than me, so I don't really care.
Is he outwardly rude, or is he just someone who you just get that bad vibe from?
It's just a vibe. Actually, he's kind of pleasant when you talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I might be projecting a little bit, so again, this is your tier list.
Yeah, no, this is the whole point. This is the whole point, isn't it?
He doesn't deserve dumpster. Just because, like, it just because he's hard to get to know and to get to like you doesn't mean he's not worth the time. It's just kind of like.
I think this guy is gonna go after a few drinks. He's gonna go on top of Sam because Sam's just boring. But it's got a bit of a dual meaning, this one. I think like you'd like crack him a little bit after a few drinks as well, and I think
he would bump up.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'd be a bit less pretentious, a bit easier to like, again, take the piss out of and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
So
but yes.
Moving on, we have Leah, and already from the fan art, she looks like quite non-assuming in the official picture here, and then the fan art she looks like sort of like what's the word? I mean, very very hands-on. You know what I'm saying?
She's very hands-on type of person.
She looks quite sassy.
She's not sassy, I would say. I think she's very she isn't afraid to like speak her opinion. She's just kind of, I don't know, like she's one of those people that's just very down to earth. And just is really cool. Like maybe my one critique of her is that she's like almost too perfect. Like I just love her that much.
Ooh,
I don't
really?
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so she has brown.
This picture here, she definitely looks like she carries the sass.
I mean, like she does have some cutscenes, where like she kind of she's like talking about her ex, because she used to live in the city, so like she's just kind of like, because she wasn't happy with her life before, so she was brave enough to make a change to it and break up a long-term relationship to move out here to really make it as an artist. So she's like
independent.
She's pursuing, yeah, she's independent. She's pursuing her dreams, where so many people in the village are kind of stuck in stasis and like saying they'll do things, but they don't do things. But she's actually someone who has moved to the city in order to pursue those dreams. So she's a very motivated person. She's very passionate about what she does. You love creativity and artistic people. I love those people. I'm a little passionate about her.
I could tell, and I like it.
So she has brownish long hair and this like really pretty little braid. She's very pleasant. Green top, pants. She lives in the cabin underneath Marnie, so she isn't a sculptor.
Well, Johnny's just said she lives in the middle of nowhere in the woods near a pub. That very much appeals to me, because she definitely chose that location on purpose, didn't she? You know.
Lulu, I love this. She's so pretty.
She just? Look at her.
So, man, there's so much fan art for her. Like, I had a hard time, but I just like figured like I just want some good action shots, you know, showing her in her zone, in her passion area. Anyway, she
seems like she does, yeah.
Oh, such good energy. She doesn't even need gems to emit good energy. She just exudes it. And she's looking to revitalize her art sculpture by working hard, surrounded by nature. Maybe written without really any flaws, so that's one critique, but whatever. She's typically the type of girl I'd get a crush on.
Okay. Nice.
She does it for me.
She's Ryan's other fave.
Oh, she also likes booze. Like, one of her like the items that she likes to be gifted with is wine. So we got a wino.
Oh, she's quickly moving up the ranks here in the old comedy head.
Which, like, I just haven't gotten her to love me yet, because, like, she kind of likes more fancy things, which is fine, because, like, you don't learn how to craft, like, wine yet, because don't know how to craft a keg yet. That's just a higher level of crafting. But we'll get there, Leah. We'll get there. She will, like, on day 22, she asked why I moved to Pelican Town. So she's actively asking me, like, who am I? You know, tell me about yourself.
She's
like, rather than Haley being...
She's taking an interest in you.
Exactly. Like when people go out of their way, that even I barely know her right at this session of the game, but she's already kind of going out of the way to be like, what are you about? You know, very like, you know, there's so many people in the world that aren't actively focused on the conversation they're having with you, and they're just kind of like but there's like some people that, you know, are really good people that will look you in the eye and will like not just speak at you, but will really listen to what you're saying, rather than being like, yeah, whatever.
I like it. I like it. You know what? I'm sold. I'm sold on Leah.
Yeah.
And
I do. My enthusiasm infected you.
she moves instantly past Ingram's dumpster. She takes a look after a few drinks, and she looks at the guys in there, and she's like, absolutely not. She looks at Ait, and she's like, she quite likes them, you know. She looks at Wood Simp, and she's like, that's some fierce competition. She's like, I don't know where I'd fit in here. And I'd say she doesn't fit in there. She goes right to the top. She goes straight to certified cutie. She dethrones Emily. She's there.
Yes, queen.
She's there.
Yes, queen. We love her, Leah. She loves us. She's a beautiful girl.
Maybe.
And not only is she beautiful, but she is brilliant on the inside as well.
Beautiful on the inside and the out. Yes. He's quite wholesome, isn't he?
Very sweet.
Yeah.
I do. I always give Linus a gift.
See, this one screenshot is him just saying, no one really talks to me. I just come for the deviled eggs. Oh, fella.
Oh, yeah. And Linus is like, because, you know, he lives in a tent, you know, and he feels like people look down on him in the village, which, to be fair, I think some of them do. But I don't know. He's very like, oh, daddy.
Hello.
You know what, Johnny? You're onto something. You are onto something.
That is my kind of man. I mean, we always say we love our thick boys here.
That's a chunky boy
That
right
is a
there,
chunky
baby.
boy, thick with a triple C. I think you know what I mean.
Come
you know
on, Sam. Let's throw Linus on that as tier list. Come on.
Particularly wouldn't work out.
It's hard. It's hard because again, we may play through these in a few months and we'll have completely different opinions, and that's just life.
We may do. Haley, she treats me mean. It keeps me keen. You know.
It's so telling of you. I just love it. It's so beautifully telling of you.
So beautifully telling. But, you know, hey, hands in the air. At least I can say it.
You're proud. You're proud. Be proud. Stand by your opinions.
Abigail's just like cool. You know.
She's you play video games with her. She's kind of a scene kid. You know, whatever. That's just how it do.
Shane is like a rich tapestry. Right?
So rich. Ooh, he's like he's a full meal, because there's some parts of the meal that you're like, I don't want to eat the vegetables. I don't really like this part of it. But like the meal itself is a complete thing, because you have to eat the vegetables even though you're not enjoying it to get to the good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Emily is just sweet, adorable, friendly, lovely, quirky.
Sweet. Like, she's one of those people that just emits like golden energy. Like the type of like friend that you're like, this is someone that I want to meet like all my other favorite people. They're gonna take to this person immediately. Like, I have friends like that in real life, like my friend Molly or Jess, who was in the chat earlier. They're just like the best types of people.
Absolutely. And Leah kind of, to me, Leah is kind of like Emily, but like a bit more down to earth and like a bit more like quiet and subdued, you know, still friendly, still welcoming, still wholesome, but like
It's a little mysterious. I don't want to get to know her. She lives in the woods.
Yeah, I don't want to say more layered, because I think that sort of like insults Emily more than I want to.
It's service. It's not that. It's just she's a different type of person that's just like ticking our watch just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Means we have the last of the husbandos.
Yeah, which is Gabby's choice is Sebastian.
Sebastian. Oh my. Hold on a minute. Right, should we try it? I'm going to take my headphones off this. Just to see if I can still do it. See if I can, like... Hold on, let's...
Oh my god.
Let's go to...
Look at those locks.
Go to us two, so it's like bigger. Like, how's that for like a Sebastian look? Like, what do you reckon?
Ooh, you're working it. You're working it right now. Okay. We need some like guy liner for you. You know,
guy liner, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We need like some purple blue hair dye would like look real sexy. So you're going for it. You're going for it.
Oh, Lulu bloody loves to see it. We bloody love to see it.
I've never seen We Bloody Love to See It used more appropriately.
We're going down, and nearly around.
And I'm swinging.
When I was a young boy, my father. He took me into the city. The marching band. Okay. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Shoot! I almost swore.
What about like that? I'm
he's
not
this one where he's
okay.
And oh god, I'm like the worst.
Hold on a minute. You nearly went to and I will always. Was that what you were just doing?
Love you. Yeah. Oh. Yes.
Whoa.
Excuse me, officer. Oh, this is devolving beautifully. I'm a fan. Oh, so Sebastian.
Yeah,
the scene, dressed in all black hair guy, kind of purpley black, I guess. Now you're kind of looking at it. Guy liner, Fall Out Boy sort, freelance programmer. Fun fact. He's actually really cool. Though, because you get to have a cutscene with him playing a faux D&D choose your own adventure type thing.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I love Sebastian. He's a real type of nerd. He does smoke, which is docks a few points for me. don't want to be kissing a mouthful of nicotine, but I mean, whatever. That I mean, that is a very personal preference for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm friends with people who smoke. My roommates smoke. But if it's someone I'm dating, it's just a little bit of a different
Yeah,
standard.
it's a little bit much, isn't it, all at once? I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, and it's a health thing.
Not all. Altogether, it's the whole package.
Whole package. Yeah,
Like you wouldn't want to judge someone from it, like on a surface level point of view. But if you're being with someone, it's something to, something to think about.
There's definitely things with like friends that you, I guess, put up with that. But like if you dated them, you'd be like, I really wish you wouldn't. I wanted to do this for every character, but I realized not every character had a really cool quote. But Sebastian had a really cool quote on the Stardew Wiki.
Okay,
so he says, I love it. So he said, I like having friends. I just need a lot of time alone to balance out the social stuff. So he's friends with Sam. Sam's the opposite. He goes crazy if he's alone for too long. Maybe that's why I like computers so much. They're engaging, straightforward, and unselfish. Quite the opposite of a lot of people I know.
So he's like real is really quite I relate to this a lot. He's really quite independent, but like not in a sort
of clearly very introspective. He spent a lot of time thinking about like what he wants as a person socially.
Independent, introspective, but not in a way that he's like introverted or like shy or quiet or anything. He just knows what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's like confident in his quietness almost.
He's very self-aware, and I like that. In like that's my favorite type of people, that are very self-aware of themselves. So many people aren't self-aware, and they don't like realize some of the things they're doing are just kind of ridiculous. And it's like, okay, maybe take a little step back and like see what you're about. But like having enough self-awareness is a very attractive quality to me. And Sebastian kind of is exactly that. When you speak to him in the game, it's just so many things he says are indicative of his character, that you're like, this person is interesting. This person gets it. They get it, right? Some people don't get it.
Yeah.
And just a select few people do get it. When you're talking to them and you're like, oh, we're on the same wavelength right now.
I love Sebastian, and I knew a Sebastian who was very much an emo kid. I don't know. I never know what happened to him. He like went to a high school, and then one day he didn't. One of those guys. But I think he's up here. I think he is better than Shane. I think he goes into the certified cutie. I think he's the first fella to make it into the certified cutie category. I like him. Should we move on to this final female character who I don't know anything about. I don't know if I've even seen this girl.
Ironic that Sebastian and Maru are the last people we talk about, because Maru and Sebastian are actually half siblings. They live together.
Are they? Oh, okay.
They're so Sebastian is Robin, the carpenter's son, and then Maru is Robin and Demetrius's daughter. So I think Robin had Sebastian and then met Maru's dad, Demetrius, and married Demetrius later. So Sebastian's older and Maru is a little younger. So yeah, they're half siblings.
Okay.
She's really interesting.
From the fan art, she looks kind of like a bit like Sebastian, like quite introspective and quite like, but quite confident in herself.
So she's very much her father's child, because Demetrius is like the village scientist. So she is kind of emulating him, but like in her own her own spin on it. Yeah, exactly. So reddish auburn hair, light dark skin, red rimmed glasses, overalls, nerdy and into gadgets. So she kind of is into like robotics and stuff. Very cool. So yeah, she's pretty cool. I love to see someone with a lot of intelligence and drive for exploring their passions. Again, this is a theme of this tier list of like, we kind of dislike the characters that really aren't motivated and don't seem to be like following their passions. Don't talk.
Like these two, like Alex and Sam, who are the bottom two.
Yeah, or even Elliot, because you just don't really see him writing much either. But she loves stargazing. Mara loves stargazing, looking into the universe. As I said, follows after her scientist father and enjoys learning about how the world works and likes inventing, tinkering, and creating new things. So
I
yeah,
like it.
she's pretty cool. I think like when I first started playing, I romanced her. I started romancing her quite a bit, till I met Leah.
Okay,
So
okay.
poor Maru. You know, my eyes went to wandering
I see. I
when I
see.
wandered into the forest and found Leah in her cabin. But Maru, yeah, she's really cool. I think I will say I'll reference this one Stardew article that is an amazing article, and it's on Rock Paper Shotgun. And I'm forgetting the title of it, but I share it everywhere.
I've read it. You know, you sent it to me, and I've read it.
Did you read it? I didn't know you read it. Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Well, and he kind of like it's a fantastic gaming bit of gaming journalism. It's really quite fabulous what this author Paul Dean does with the article, and he kind of takes it through kind of narrative nonfiction style of paralleling his lived experiences with like playing the game in a very introspective way. And he does have something negative to say about Maru, is that like when he's talking to her character, he's like, oh, she seems cool, she's very kind of nerdy and scientific, very smart. And then she just out of the blue says like, huh, so you're a farmer, must be pretty easy what you do.
Oh, one of those people. Oh no.
Easy? What do you like? We wake up at 6 a.m. at the crack of dawn and like work till like from dawn till dusk, you know. So it was like, okay, this is a little bit of a I don't know where she's coming from when she says that, but
And we've all had that, haven't we? Where you like someone so much, and then you know, even if it's just as a friend, and they say that one thing, and you're like, I don't know if I can hang out with you anymore. You know, and obviously it's not like that level, but it's one that's like, oof, oof. But Johnny says, tell me about Maro's final heart event, and he'll have to put a top of S tier. John, do you
want to
know
be
about this?
spoiled? Do you want to be spoiled? I don't know. It's up to you, Sam.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, she finishes this big project, but I honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember it. I think she creates a robot. Because that's kind of like what she's been working on the whole time. Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Is it like a beer pouring robot or something?
I think it's like has self-awareness, actually.
Wait, what? Really?
Okay, I'll read you a little bit. So Maru says her big project is finally done. This is her 10 heart scene. She takes you into her private workshop to show you a robot she built to help her parents. She calls it Marelda, short for Maru's Interactive Laboratory Advice Alpha. She tells you she's been working on it for months and has been waiting for you to come by before activating Marelda. She activates the robot, who says, "Greetings, Maru. No need to respond. I have already predicted what you will say." Ooh. Demetrius comes in to see what you two are up to. He sees the robot, becomes frightened. Maru tells him not to be scared and that Marelda is her latest invention. The robot greets him, but Demetrius is upset. "This is why you've locked yourself in your room the last 2 months? And I thought you were down here fooling around with... Goblin."
with Virgil, as I would be called in this.
And Marelda interrupts, "Excuse me, I am sorry, Maru. I do not want to be your servant. In the time since you activated me, I've been pondering the nature of my existence with the self-awareness module you installed in my neural cortex.
Oh my goodness.
I am sorry to disappoint you all, but I must ask for my freedom. I've decided to explore the galaxy in search of other synthetic life forms."
Wow. Whoa,
yeah.
Okay.
Maru is startled, asked her to wait, but Demetrius says it's okay to let Marelda go free. "Your mother and I can take care of ourselves. I know you're ready to start a life of your own, and I've come to terms with the thought of not having you around anymore. Besides, this creation of yours seems pretty advanced. I wouldn't feel right to keep her as a servant. Goblin, I'm sorry I mistreated you. You're a good guy. I've never seen Maru so lively and creative, and I've never been more proud of her. If you've had a hand in that, then you have my gratitude." He leaves the room. Maru walks Marelda outside. Marelda thanks Maru for creating her and blasts off into space. And then Maru asks what you think, and you have dialogue options. But and then you cement your love for each other.
I feel like on the sort of like
A good 10 heart scene. That's a good 10 heart scene.
that is a good 10 heart scene, but like on the sort of intelligence spectrum, I think I'd quickly realize there was a huge imbalance. You know, me like struggling with puzzles in Pokemon and creating a sentient being.
Hint. Wow.
Maru might be the most difficult out of the list. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why she was last.
It's hard to place her. It's hard to
Mhm.
place her. I mean, she's got a
Yes.
robot scene. Come on.
She's got a robot scene. She does.
She's definitely not dumpster, of course.
She's okay. Yeah, let's rule out dumpster.
No dung heap with Alex. Sorry.
she's definitely not after a few drinks either. She's definitely better than that.
I'm gonna be brainstorming.
I think honestly she is better than Penny. I think these two are mixed up the more I think about it. I think Haley is better than Abigail. I think for me she belongs in the bottom of the wood sim category.
Okay, yeah. I feel it.
I don't think she's certified cutie. I think we'd really get along. I think everything like that. But I think at the end of the day, I think I'd be reaching on an intellectual sort of level if she can, create a robot that has sentience.
That is a game changer, and I'm kind of like thinking now. I'm like, did I even get to a 10 heart event? Because like, I did get a lot of the cutscenes with Maru, but like at some point then I got derailed by Leah, and then when I married Leah, I felt guilty like getting like the full heart events with everybody else, because like your spouse actually will call you out. It's like, I heard you gave a flower to Maru the other day. And like they have the concern, like kind of like angry face, like
I've seen
face portrait. It's bad,
I've seen a I've seen a cutscene, or like a bit of a cutscene where someone was talking to too many of the all of the women in town, and they all like ambush him.
They confront you. Yeah. That was like added to the game, I think. Like after one of the first few updates, and it's so funny, because it's just, yeah, you can't get away with that type of stuff. But at the same time, it's like a sort of like a narrative-driven, like completionist gamer, where you want to know everyone's like story fully. You want to see how everything plays out. You're like, but I have to keep romancing everybody. I want to know. This is a romance tier list. This is not a friendship. Or this is not an interesting person tier list.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate where she is on the list, because we like smart people, and she's just like a really interesting person to engage with. It's just like what we like, and going out drinking with the lads. I don't know if she could join in.
I think
not that she's a woman, or a scientist. It's just like what she likes to do may not necessarily fall in line with what we like to do.
I think she's similar to Penny in that like so her and Penny are like very, very similar, which is why they're like Penny's top of that and Mario's top bottom of that. Is that on paper I think like, oh yeah, perfect, and she would be great, and this, that, and the other, and then in practice it just wouldn't work out at all,
Yeah, no, full agreement.
But I think I'd chase Maru a bit longer.
Oh yeah, she's so interesting.
Think Alex down there, Sam and Elliot there. They're all kind of not great. Alex is definitely the worst, but Sam's not that great. Elliot, he maybe becomes a bit more interesting, a bit nicer after a few drinks.
Like Sam, like what are everybody's 10 heart scenes? Because I don't know everyone's 10 heart scenes. That's the thing, isn't it?
That is the question. Maybe if we got everyone's 10 heart scenes, then this list would be different.
Yeah. But this is a blind tier list.
This is a blind tier list. It is.
Tricky.
Lena, I've had a bloody lovely time, mate.
Holy
making
cow.
this little list, and you know what? It's been nearly 3 hours. I envisioned this YouTube video, because we're gonna stick this on YouTube, being about 20 minutes long. So I don't know what
I was
I'm
about
gonna
to
do.
say.
I don't know
I
what
was
I'm gonna
about
do with
to
this
say.
editing. This is gonna take me like 10 years to edit this video, and it's gonna
I'm
be a
so
lot of fun.
sorry. We should have just like broadcast this to like an alt account. If I may say, Sam, it was an absolute honor being here with you today. It's the most fun I've had in a long time. And I to be fair, I have a lot of fun. So it's saying something. And I would love to be back, and I would love to do more goofy special streams like this.
And we shall see y'all next time. Thank you.